Well, hello beautiful people. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I definitely appreciate that. To all of the new people stopping by my channel, hi you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on that bell notification so you're notified each time I post a video. And to all of my returning subscribers, hey y'all. And so today's vlog is going to be my first job tag. I was tagged by Kenyetta from the channel K Renee. If you have not stopped by her channel and showed her some love, then I definitely suggest that you head on over and let her know that I sent you. But I'm going to be answering some questions that are a part of this tag. I'll have them down in the comments below, so that way if you want to be tagged or if you want to do this challenge, you can do it too. So with all that being said, let's get into these questions. So y'all, if you see me looking down, it's because I have my phone, and so that way I can see the questions for this tag. But just a little backstory, my very first job, I worked at Old Navy, which Old Navy is a partner of the Gap Industries. And so technically I was like a Gap employee, but I worked in the actual clothing store, Old Navy. So let's get into these questions, you guys. So it says, how old were you when you got your first job? So when I got my first job, which I guess my very first job, I was like 12, where I was like actually getting paid. But for the sake of this video, with Old Navy, I was 17 years old. I actually started working there in March of my senior year. And so I basically wanted a job so that way I could have it during the summer, and I mean, it started from there. So how old was I when I got my first job? So that's question one. And then question number two says, what was your first job? So I was hired as a customer service representative, like I said, from Old Navy. So question number three says, did you enjoy this job? And I honestly have to say, for it being my first job, I definitely did enjoy it. I wish I got paid a little bit more, but considering that the minimum wage at that time was like $5.15 and I started out making $6, I think that was like pretty good considering I was like only 17. So question number four says, what was your most memorable moment in this job? Oh man, it's so many memorable moments. You know what? I guess my most memorable moment would be, and he may be watching my vlogs, but it was when we would have, like, at the end of the night when all the customers would be gone, my coworker Philip, he would always do like that Nextel chirp. So we used to have the walkie-talkies, and at one point we had the walkie-talkies that had the little earpiece, which now thinking about it, that was so unsanitary. Like, we never cleaned those things off, but that's neither here nor there. And so Philip would always do the before he would like actually say something. So eventually, like, all of us used to say that before we actually talked on the walkie-talkie. We would say even though we knew it would chirp. And then also, like, we would have like our little team huddles first thing when we clocked in. And so that was kind of cool because you got to see who you were working with and who you could, you know, chit chat with and stuff like that. And so that was kind of cool. I think that was like the most memorable. I had so many memorable moments, like seeing people get in fights, loss prevention, all kinds of stuff. But for the most part, I think that was kind of cool because my crew that came in, it was probably about 15 of us, and we are still cool to this day. And whether it's Instagram or Facebook, like, we're all parents now, we're all doing our own things. So yeah, and then like some of the people from there I'm still friends with, and one of my best friends I worked with at Old Navy, and we're still best friends to this day. And so yeah, so I would definitely say having that little Nextel chirp or whatever chirp it was, and that was definitely cool and one of the most funny, memorable moments. Okay, y'all, and so this is a good one. Okay, so it says, what was your worst memory in this job? So that's number 5. And then number 6 would be your most embarrassing moment in this job. And I'm gonna say that these 2 questions tie in hand. So here's some story time, y'all. Okay, so this is so embarrassing. I don't even know if I've told Joe this. Maybe not. I think I did. And so when I was at Old Navy, I think I was like 20 or whatever. I stayed at Old Navy for 5 years. 5 years. I stayed there for 5 years. So anyways, so I was dating this guy, and I'm not even gonna call his name, so we're just gonna say his name. Let me think of a name. His name is Bernie. Okay. And so I was dating this guy named Bernie, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's so cute, yada yada yada, you know, he only has eyes for me, and eventually we're gonna get married, and this, that, and the third. He was kind of like a rebound from a guy I had already broken up with, so he was like the rebound, so I was like all in my feelings. Well, I will never forget this. This was like during the Christmas time, you know, usually those are seasonal hours, so you're working there late and yada yada yada. So I'm on, and I will never forget this, you guys. So the lines are slammed, and at the time Old Navy did not look like how it looks now. So you had like 4 registers, and then you had customer service. So I was on register 4. I remember this, it was yesterday. Like, I can tell you what I had on, all the things. So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm ringing up this customer, and I told them, you know, have a good day, yada yada yada. And so the next customer comes up, and she's like a girl kind of like around my age, and so I'm like, hey, how's it going? And she was like, oh, it's going good. And I said, well, and you know, just making small talk and ringing her up and stuff like that. So I ring her up, and she says, oh, I want to use my brother's employee discount. Well, at Old Navy, I don't know how it is now, but at the time you could not use a family member's discount. You couldn't use their discount card. Now that family member could come in and buy the items for you, but you would have to give them the cash or whatever, however y'all handled it on the back end, that's how you did it. So she just had the card, and I was like, well, you know what? I was like, you can't use this employee discount card. I said, well, let me see who it is. So I'm looking at it, and it is my boyfriend, Bernie. And so I was like, oh my goodness, what a small world. I'm dating your brother, yada, yada, yada. So I called, I was like, it's so nice to meet you. Y'all know I'm a talker. And so I called my manager over, because I was like, let me see if I could just make an exception for you. So I called my manager over, and she was like, yeah, you're Bernie's sister. Unfortunately, we can't, you know, can't make that exception, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, okay. So mind you, like I told y'all, line slammed. I had so many people behind me, so I'm still trying to give her good customer service, still talking to the people behind her. So I ring her up, and I tell her what her total is, and as I tell her what her total is, like, I'm literally mouthing what it is, and she was like, well, rewind. So I'm telling her the total, and I said, well, maybe, you know, I can you can let him know that he needs to come in and do that. You know, he can purchase the items for you, we can put them back. And she was like, you know what, to be honest, he's not my brother. He's my boyfriend. Y'all, when I tell you, my face literally hit the floor. Y'all, I was like, what? Come again? Bruh. He's what? Huh? What? And she was like, oh yeah, he's my boyfriend. And she literally walked off. My eyes literally got so big. Mind you, I'm at work. People are in the line, and the girl that was behind her, she was with her boyfriend, and she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She was like, do you need to step away from the register? Because I was visibly shaking. I was like, no, I'm good, you know, trying to pull it together. But y'all, I was so upset. And so when I got off from work, I tried to call him or whatever, and of course he didn't answer the phone. So at that time, that was crazy, Jessica. So I left him like the most meanest voicemail, and at that point we broke up. But I never talked to him after that. He still lives here in the area, and I see him from time to time. But I was like, really? your girlfriend, you sent your girlfriend in? Like, really? So yeah, that I would have to say that was the worst moment of me working there, and then the most embarrassing moment. But yeah, that's that. So let's go on to the next question. Okay, so the next question says, what was the funniest memory in this job? Y'all, it was so many funny memories, just because, like I said, we worked with like a good crew. And that's basically what we were. We were a crew. And we were all teenagers too. So it's so many moments I can't even really say. I'm trying to think, you guys. My most funniest memory. I don't know. I don't know what my funniest memory is. It's so many, I can't pinpoint just one. So I'm gonna say, all in all, just about every day it was a good day with so many funny memories that I can't even count, because like I said, y'all, we had a really good crew. So number 8 says, was this your dream job? No, Old Navy was not my dream job. Am I in my dream job? No. My dream job used to be that, this was like when I was younger, I wanted to be a forensic pathologist. That's what I wanted my dream job to be. And I eventually wanted to open up a funeral home and basically have it all shebang, the whole shebang, the funeral home, the land, so that way it could be a grave site, and then basically put all my people on, and we pretty much have a family owned funeral home. Clearly I'm too bubbly to be in anybody's funeral home with them grieving. So yeah, so this wasn't my dream job, and I'm still not in my dream job. So number 9 says, why did you leave this job, or are you still in this job? So no, I am not still in this job. And the reason why I left that job is because I actually got another job that paid 3 times as much, and it gave me the flexibility to not have to work on the weekends, because I stayed at Old Navy for 5 years. And during that time I ended up having Leah, and it kind of stunk having to work every weekend and not be around Leah. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I left. And so question number 10, if you could work there again, would you? If you are still there, do you enjoy it? If I could work there again, would I? I really don't like folding clothes, y'all. Hate it with a passion. So if I had to, if it was like dire need, like, yes, I would go back. I wouldn't have a problem going back. I wouldn't want to go back as a customer service representative. Like, I would want to be like a general manager or things of that nature, or a district manager, whatever, but I wouldn't want to go back as the same job title that I was, if that makes sense. Like, I'm beyond that. So yeah, so I would definitely work there again, but just in a different capacity, because y'all, folding clothes is not for me. So yeah, so that is the 10 questions from this challenge. Thank you so much, Kenyatta, for tagging your girl. And so yeah, y'all, hope you enjoyed hearing all about my first job experience, with the good times and the bad times and the embarrassing times and the funny times. You name it, you got it in this vlog. And so yeah, y'all, that is going to be it for this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you never miss an upload. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.